Welcome everyone to Scarves Space Prematch Show. Cindy and Tommy at home. Tyler from Interco Stadium in Orlando, Florida, covering the match remotely for us there at Inter Miami. I keep saying Inter Miami, not Inter Miami, from Orlando City's stadium.
Orlando.
Tyler, how's it going? By the way, how
Good.
are you stationed in the good spot there? Or
their press box is off like in one end zone, but other than that, yeah, I'm. um, sorry, Quentin Westberg just walked by. He's
okay.
up here hanging out too.
Mm.
No, it's good. All situated.
Yeah.
They just opened the gates, so people are showing up. Lots of Atlanta fans here, which is good. So we'll see how it goes.
Apparently a sellout at Interco Stadium. So
We shall see.
Decision day. Decision day. It's the last game of the season. Here's Atlanta United's lineups for you. Of course, the big one, the big question was who's going to start on the left wing is Tyler Wolf, starting on the left wing for Atlanta United. Everything else the same as we expected. No Muyumba, fortunate installation in the midfield. Amador Williams, Gregerson, Leonard on the back line. Miranchuk and Saba and TRA up front. I'm gonna kick Tyler out real quick. He's getting a little situated. But Tommy, what are your initial thoughts on the starting 11? First, and your initial thoughts on the game. What are you thinking about today?
Well, I mean, we got kind of mixed signals, right? I mean, there was talks of Silva, practicing, Mayumba practicing. So there were questions who was actually going to start. And I mean, these guys, obviously have been injured. So I can't even see on the screen like who's a sub there. So I'm not even sure if either of them are there.
I'll read it out. Cohen Abram, Brennan Cobb, Hernandez, McCarty, Muyumba, Rios, and Silva. So Silva's at least in the team today.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously want to have people that are conditioned and ready to go. And yeah, Wolf, I mean, he made a beautiful run in that game, right? To score a goal. So we got to see. This is a moment for Tyler Wolf too, because we're really not sure what the future lies with him, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't had a lot of time this year, but he made that run, and that run was a vintage Atlanta United run there to score a goal. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see another one. It'd be great to have another goal there, and it'd be great to, a cheap winger that you'd be able to bring on next season.
Yeah.
Again, it's just 2 games. It's just a couple games here, but you want to finish off on a high note, and everyone is being graded, right? Everyone is being watched because of all the changes that we've been talking about for, the past few months on what the future of Atlanta United is. So if there's a time to show up and to show off, it's today.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think more than that, obviously, is playoffs on the line. I mean, you don't like to call it playoffs, so we'll just
playing game.
Playing game. The playing game. I know you don't like to call it playoffs, but a lot is on the line today. And you mentioned that if nothing else, play for your team, play for your pride. LA United, of course, need to win, get some help from outside to get themselves into that playing round. Montreal losing to NYCFC, DC losing to Charlotte, and then Philadelphia dropping points against Cincinnati. 2 of those 3. Again, just to recap, if all 3 happens, Atlanta are in the 8th seed. If 2 of those 3 happen, Atlanta are in the 9th seed, and Atlanta will play on Tuesday either way. So I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, but
that would be wild.
We talked about it earlier in the week. Are you feeling any better about? I know you said 3-0 Atlanta. Are you sticking to that prediction, or
that might have been the gummies talking at that time? I went on to battered MLS right afterwards, and I was like, I don't know how I really feel about this one. I think I gave a little bit more of a 3-2 response.
Yeah.
And then the Orlando guy was saying there was. I think he said there's no way that Orlando is losing to Atlanta. And I told him what happens when you say that. You lose beards, right? You lose your beard when you say that. And then I thought that was a ridiculous statement because I don't think Orlando has been that great. Their home record has been mediocre. this year. It's not top notch of the league or anything.
So let me.
And Atlanta's playing though. Atlanta's playing for something. Orlando is in the playoffs, right? I know there's some they can move up and down, but Atlanta's playing for everything here. And again, like the future general manager is probably watching this game.
Yeah. So let me actually step in, and I know you're talking about Orlando's home form. They haven't lost at home though in the past few matches. I want to say it's like 5 or 6 unbeaten at home with 3 or 4 of those wins. So don't be deceived by that home record. Don't be
They've
deceived
gotten
by the home
better,
record.
right?
They've gotten a lot better, and they've pretty much been untouchable over these past few months. So, or these past few weeks. So, yeah, just as a caveat to that. That being said, Atlanta United has struggled mightily on the road. We all know that hasn't changed. But yeah, as he said, there's a little bit of spark there, and if Atlanta United can catch that spark and do well against Orlando, who knows? Obviously their fate is not in their hands fully, but yeah, who knows? They've been playing somewhat better, maybe too little, too late, but I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. But the bar is kind of low for Atlanta United as a start. I think Tyler has had his situation straightened out. I know he laid his phone down briefly, but he's back. I don't know if you can stand it up a little bit, Tyler. Or hold on.
Well, Tyler,
I
can
don't know
you
what
hear
he's
me?
doing.
I can now.
What are you
Okay,
doing?
let me ask you a question. What is scarier? Because you got the Blair Witch camera. Do you think it's scarier to be in the woods in the Blair Witch or in Orlando?
Orlando.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Then
Would
you
you
got to
like to be
deal
in
with
the
that.
Blair Witch Project?
No, I don't want to be in either. Actually, no. I'm glad I'm here, but still, it's scarier to be in Orlando.
How? I mean, you mentioned the crowd. Like you said, the crowd is kind of filled in, right?
Sold
Like
out.
about yeah, it is a sellout. But how many fans do you think are in the stadium right now? What's the division between Atlanta and Orlando fans at this point?
I mean,
From what you're seeing,
so the supporter section when I was out there about 5 minutes before we went live, um, it was that I don't know. And again, for those who've never been here, the away supporter section has like one little strip in the corner, and it was filling up nicely with Atlanta fans. So I mean, I would say already in the stadium by then, probably at least 50 to 75 Atlanta fans, but
yeah,
more on the way. Um, Honestly, there was probably as many Atlanta fans inside the stadium when I came
yeah,
out here to do this as there were Orlando. Of course, now all the Orlando fans are streaming in,
right,
and it's filling up. But I mean, you can see their supporters march, and it is, it's kind of minuscule, all things considered, compared to an
yeah.
Atlanta one. But
To be fair to Miami. If you're Orlando, I know we talk about it all the time. We kind of reckon them. I mean, the ground's not that bad. It's a really good ground.
it's a nice, yeah,
Just the
for sure.
location. It's got a janky, for lack of a
Yeah,
better term, and
it's
the fans
really hard
are
to get around.
yeah.
Is there really a strip club across the street? I've heard rumors.
I don't remember seeing that when
I
I
have
was
no
there.
idea.
I'll just
Yeah,
have to
I
see
don't recall ever seeing
Get back
anything
to
like
us. Get back to us.
Well,
the
here's the problem with all of this, though.
yeah.
Like, they shut down so many roads, like around the stadium, and so many blocks that, like,
Uh,
anything that's directly next to the stadium or within like 1 or 2 blocks, you got to walk to. You can't even drive through it to see. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So, how's the weather out there? Pretty good, or
Yeah,
the
I mean, it's a
fallish?
beautiful, beautiful day
Good.
for soccer. I mean, I don't know what the temperature is, but it probably feels like a solid 75, maybe closer to 80 with a good breeze going. I
Not
mean, it's a
bad.
perfect day for soccer. Absolutely
Not bad.
perfect. So um, I don't think it's going to be above the threshold to be doing like water breaks or nothing crazy. But I mean, it
Yeah.
still feels like summer down here. It doesn't feel like fall yet.
So,
After leaving out of the 40-degree weather this morning
yeah.
in Atlanta.
So, I guess what is? I mean, how are you feeling as opposed to when we talked on Wednesday last? I know you made your prediction. Has that prediction changed? Or are you more optimistic or more pessimistic? Tommy and I were just talking about Orlando's home form and how even though the record may say they've struggled, they've improved over these past few weeks. So, I guess what is your level of optimism, I guess, or pessimism, I should say, right
No, I mean
now?
I'm optimistic. I think as optimistic as you can be, but I think it's kind of a two-part question too now because it's not just about winning the game, right? You have to have other things go your way. So I mean, I'm optimistic about the game because I think mentally you don't have a choice. Like Atlanta doesn't have a choice, and
Yeah,
as up and down as they've been this entire season,
yeah,
if they can come out and just get in Orlando's face early, then they absolutely have the capability to go win this game. But then it's do the other things go your way as well?
right.
And that I'm like, it's a coin toss to me. I won't change my prediction. What did I say? I think 2-1.
Yeah,
I'm not going to change that, but it's just got to hope you get some help, man, because it would suck so bad to win this game and then still not make it in.
I would hate to see. Gosh, I what I don't want to happen is Atlanta get up like 1-0 and concede at the death or something like that. That would be terrible.
That would be heartbreaking.
That would be just a perfect
Heartbreaking.
way to end the season, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would be fitting. I think, really. I mean, unfortunately, but let's not hope that happens. Let's
Right.
wave away that juju.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I mean, that's just the kind of the way things have gone, though, right? Like you have a team that they play parts of a game, and it's not been often that you've seen them play a full 90 minutes.
Yeah,
You go out there and you play a full 90 minutes, you can beat this team, absolutely. But
that's the key,
it's
though.
it's got to be consistent.
Yeah. What do you think about Wolf starting on the left wing? I mean, you don't really have a choice at this time, right?
No, I was. It's funny because the 6 hour drive down here today, I was talking to my wife about that because Mosquera's out, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, just didn't imagine Sean Day would get any limited minutes unless maybe it's at the very end of the game.
Yeah,
Um, I don't mind Wolf. Again, I mean, to your point, it was absolutely like kind of a necessity out of it.
yeah,
You can get weirdly creative, maybe, and try to like move Chuck over there, but you need him in the middle. So,
yeah,
um, I mean, I think the biggest thing for him, the biggest difference maker, is just going to simply be go out there and play your game, play the Tyler Wolf game. Don't try to be
right.
Sean Day Silva. Don't try to be Edwin Mosquera. He had success in the same building. I was here last year when he scored the equalizer to draw the game late um,
Yeah,
against Orlando. I mean, he can get out there and he can make a difference, but he's just got to do his own thing. He's got to play
yeah.
Tyler Wolf football.
What
Be
is
at the
Tyler
back
Wolf?
post. Be at the back post. I knew
Yeah,
the question was coming. Be at the back post. Wait for the ball in because either Brooks or Saba is going to put multiple over the top, and it's going to be right going towards the back post. He's just got to be there for the little tap in. It's going to happen. I promise it's going to happen.
Just a tip tap. Just a tip tap.
Just a
yeah.
little tap.
Tyler Wolf, the tapping merchant. we
Hey, dude,
joke about it, but yeah, he's
but all
nothing for it.
the distance from goal on average is about 2.5 feet. So whatever. I
Yeah,
don't mind that. The goals are going in. The goals are going in.
right. And they all count the same.
That's
They all
right.
count the same regardless. So, but no, I mean, like we said, you don't really have a choice. Silva's not match fit yet. I would expect to see him in the second half. I guess. What do you guys think? Do we think we see Silva at all, or do you think he just gets the day off again, even though he's in the team?
Whatever happens in the game. I mean, where you're at, right? I mean, it's the end of the year. You have to win. If they're in a situation where it's tied and you
Yeah,
got to bring someone in to try to score, you get a defender off and you bring another scorer in, right? You do whatever you can to get that extra goal. But again, it just depends on what it is. I mean, if you're down, if you're down a goal, yeah, I mean, he's probably gonna see more time than you probably want.
Yeah.
But if it's tied, then I mean, it's maybe a little bit less time, but you still, I mean, again, the season's on the line. You don't know what's going to happen everywhere else. You got to get 3 points.
yeah. I would say, I would kind of agree. I would kind of agree with that. Match state is obviously a big factor. You don't want to trot Silva out there like in a 3-0 game or anything like that, unless Atlanta's winning 3-0. Like if they're down 3-0, it makes no point to play him, no sense to play him. But his form wasn't all that great as it was, and now we find out it was because of this foot issue, as Rob Valentino has said, has been kind of giving him issues all throughout the season. So that has a lot to do with it. But let's say it's in a situation where Atlanta United are in a close match and they need a goal. Let's get to Grace's question: do you go with Silva or Brennan off the bench? I mean, we're talking about Silva, but you also have Luke Brennan. I mean, is this a situation where you do put in Brennan, or is this maybe a moment where you put Tommy? You're shaking your head no. I was going to ask. Is this a moment where maybe you trust your veteran over your younger player? And I would say so, but again, how healthy is he? How fit is Silva? Can he give you 30 minutes if he needs to? Yeah, if he
And
can't, the choice is easy. You put in Brennan, but it depends on how fit he actually is in this match. So I'll have a lot
I
to
think
say
it's
about it.
I think it's even more than that too, though. I think if if you're asking questions about Silva's fitness, then because it would be 30 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. You need somebody, whether it's Brennan or Silva, to come in, and it's not just about being able to tough out the 30 minutes on like a hurt foot or whatever. It
Yeah,
is about being able to give like that full on 100%
yeah,
and not be off a step because especially when legs get tired, decision
mhm,
day, you're trying to get the win. If you need a goal or two or whatever you have to have,
yeah,
I'm not worried about the veteran presence as much as I am somebody that can get in behind and frustrate a defense and just open up, space. And Shande has unfortunately not been great at that this year. He's been a little bit too
mhm,
predictable. But I think, if his foot's bothering him to where he can't get up the top speed, put on the kid that can run fast and just see what he does. Even if it's just to open up space for somebody else. That would be the only way that I would say, like, take your young guy over your veteran.
yeah. I mean, do you even switch Saba to the left or anything like that? Maybe bring back, or maybe keep Saba on the right. Maybe bring back Miranchuk, swing him over to the left or anything like that. I don't know. You know, I feel like the best option would be bring in either Silva or Brennan off the bench if you need to. I think Silva, yeah, would be your call in that situation. So, real quick before we go on, go to patreon.com/scarves and spikes and join Tommy and I for our watch along. Tyler may be popping in from time to time as much as he can. They're in the Enter and Co press box, but at least Tommy and I will be there. Um, Patreon.com/scarves and spikes. Please go there. Please support us. Starting at $1.17 a month. I mean, guys, you can pay $1.17 today and get access. We have three tiers: $1.17, $5, $10, and a month. And either of those get you access to the watch along and all the other stuff we have planned for for 2024 off season and beyond. We're going to try to really ramp things up in 2024 off season and beyond. We're talking about different things we want to do, mailbag episodes, the
The OnlyFans
your
site,
what?
the OnlyFans site,
we're still talking about that.
the
Uh,
calendar, the calendar. We've
still,
we've already taken the pictures, the poses, everything. We're gonna post that calendar. I did three
still,
push-ups this morning. We look good. Go ahead,
still
Sydney.
under discussion. The calendar and the OnlyFans sites still under discussion, but no, certainly. Year by year, Atlanta United, special interviews, um, yeah, the whole shebang. So sign up, sign up. Sam, be there. Sorry, Tommy, I'm not trying to interrupt you,
This
but
is this is my model right here. I will pay
okay,
not
not
to see this. I'm making us money. I'm making us money right now. This is exactly what we do.
What y'all don't know is
then your
Sydney was
price.
actually the photographer in the whole situation, but he hasn't admitted it yet.
Not you weren't supposed to mention that. Secrets out.
Dang it.
No, but we have a lot of fun stuff planned for Patreon, and again, we're really trying to ramp things up over there. So patreon.com/scarves and spikes. I think we're doing the three takeaways, Tommy, you and I, and Tyler after the match, right?
Well, some of us will be there. We'll figure it out. We also got spaces going on
Spaces,
afterwards. Final spaces until we hire a coach or
maybe.
a general manager. We'll start bringing those up. And hey, if we win this game and we end, then there'll be a Spaces on Tuesday.
We'll
A
see.
couple of people asked me what I was doing on Tuesday if I wanted to go to cheap movie night. I said, get back to me after about 8:30, and I'll let you know
We'll
if I'm
let
going to
you
be able to
know.
go to cheap movie night or not.
What movie is it?
It's called The Substance.
Who's in
Looks
it?
great. Demi Moore.
Okay,
Looks great.
interesting. Well,
But yeah, we don't
hopefully,
know. I hope I'm. I mean, I don't mind watching soccer. I don't mind at least a couple more days of thinking about this team and who's going to be starting on what wing, and because then after that we're going to be talking about the future, the beautiful future.
yeah. So,
Lots of changes.
regardless of the result, MLS Monday will be hopefully a Atlanta United wildcard preview. But in any event, MLS Monday talking about the playoffs, talking about who's in it, who's out, all that
Playing
good
games.
playing games, and all that good stuff. That'll be on Monday. And then scarvesandspikes.com. Go there, get your merch, get all your LA United news and information. They can read that up too. So, yeah.
And remember, Miami has to win today, or we're all going to the Waffle House for a Scarves
Oh,
and
that's
Spikes
right.
episode.
Forgot I
Yep.
got
Don't
to keep
forget
an eye on
about
that
that.
game too.
Yes, we
It's
are.
on the line.
Yes, it
There,
is.
I haven't seen Miami's lineup. I've been trying to go through some of the other teams. Cincinnati's starting all their starters, for sure, which was expected, for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, they're starting their guys.
Um, Miami is they have kind of preferred 11. Suarez is out there. Busquets, Alba, Messi getting on the bench though, but
Yeah, Campana,
sort of a preferred starting 11 outside of
Messi.
a few Messi, of course, and then maybe a few players from their bench that are starting for Miami. So yeah, not the rotation that I'd expect, but it is rotation, slight rotation. And yeah, they are going for the points record against CF or
We'll
no.
see if it's a
Oh,
Waffle House rotation or not.
yeah.
They win by 3.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Again, we'll be back with takeaways and spaces after the match. Win, lose, or draw. Two of those scenarios, maybe all three, will equal Atlanta United being out of the play-in round. But thanks as always. And regardless of the result, we will see you afterwards. So long.
See y'all.